Hi, boys and girls. I got a great book I borrowed from Stephanie. Last Stop on Market Street. Look, it won a Newbery and a Caldecott Award. That's a really good book. That means it won an award for its writing and for its gorgeous illustrations. Can't wait to read this to you. Who's out there? Let me see who I see. Hi, Sam and Henry. Hi, Samantha and Denny. Hi, Zara and Oliver. Zara, thanks for FaceTiming me today. Hi, Iris. Hi, Hannah. Hi, Noah. Hey, Kayla. How are the little ones? Hi, Matea and Madeline. Hi, Zachary, Aria, and Colin. Hi, Ben, and hi, Lillian. And hi, reading teacher Ron. Ron, I bet this is one of your favorites, isn't it? I can't wait to hear what you say after hearing the story. Let's get started. Last Stop on Market Street, written by Matt de la Pena, pictures by Christian Robinson. The main character is a little boy named CJ and his grandma. CJ pushed through the church doors, skipped down the steps. The outside air smelled like freedom, but it also smelled like rain, which freckled CJ's shirt and dripped down his nose. I can just picture the water drops just like freckles on his nose. Can you see the raindrops? And his grandma has an umbrella. He ducked under his Nana's umbrella, saying, "How come we gotta wait for the bus and all this wet?" "Trees get thirsty too," his Nana told him. "Don't you see that big one drinking through a straw?" CJ looked for a long time, but he never saw a straw. What was the tree doing? Was it drinking through a straw? No. Oliver, how does the tree get water? Right, through its roots. From the bus stop, he watched water pool on the flower petals. He watched rain patter against the windshield of a nearby car. His friend Colby climbed in and gave CJ a wave and drove off with his dad. "Nana, how come we don't got a car?" Here's a little car. How do you think CJ was feeling? Who said jealous? Right. He was feeling jealous. Have you ever felt jealous when someone had something you didn't have? Yeah, sometimes you feel like that. It's not a good feeling, is it? "Boy, what do we need a car for? We got a bus that breathes fire and and old Mr. Dennis, who always has a trick for you." You think that might be the bus driver? The bus creaked to a stop in front of them. It sighed and sagged, and the doors swung open. And it probably came to a stop sign when it stopped right there. Or maybe there was a traffic light, and it stopped at the light. Let's go inside the bus with CJ. And here they are, going inside the bus. "What's that I see?" Mr. Dennis asked. He pulled a coin from behind CJ's ear, placed it in his palm. Nana laughed, her deep belly laugh, and pushed CJ along. How'd he get a coin from behind his ear? Right, kind of like a magic trick. They sat right up front. The man across the way was tuning a guitar. An old woman with curlers had butterflies in a jar. Nana gave everyone a great big smile and a "good afternoon." She made sure CJ did the same thing. Yeah, it's always good to be friendly and say hello to people. That's just being polite, isn't it? Here's everybody on the bus, and there's CJ looking out the window. The bus lurched forward and stopped. Lurched forward and stopped. What does that mean, lurch forward? Yeah, it went back and forth. Nana hummed as she knit. How come we always gotta go here after church? CJ said. Miguel and Colby never have to go nowhere. I feel sorry for those boys, she told him. They'll never get a chance to meet Bobo, the sunglass man. Where do you think Bobo's gonna be? Right, at the market. And I hear Trixie got herself a brand new hat. CJ stared out the window, feeling sorry for himself. He watched the cars zip by on either side, watched a group of boys hop curbs on bikes. What was CJ thinking? Right. He didn't want to be there on the bus. He wanted to be off with friends outside playing. Here's some of the people that were on the bus. A man climbed aboard with a spotted dog. CJ gave up his seat. How come that man can't see? Boy, what do you know about seeing, Nana told him. Some people watch the world with their ears. What do you think that means? Why did she say that? Right. So if the man was blind, he had his seeing eye dog, and he had his cane, and he couldn't see through his eyes, but he could observe the world through his ears. That's a fact. Their noses too, the man said, sniffing at the air. That's a mighty fine perfume you're wearing today, ma'am. Nana squeezed the man's hand and laughed her deep laugh. Did Nana smell good? Did she have nice perfume on? Two older boys got on next. CJ watched as they moved on by and stood him back. Sure wish I had one of those, he said. And it looks like he has a little music player. Nana set down her knitting. What for? You got the real live thing sitting across from you. Why don't you ask the man if he'll play us a song? CJ didn't have to. The guitar player was already plucking strings and beginning to sing. To feel the magic of music, the blind man whispered, I like to close my eyes. Nana closed her eyes too. So did CJ and the spotted dog. Do you ever do that? Close your eyes and just enjoy listening? Yeah, that's a good thing to do. Here's a close-up picture of CJ with his eyes closed. Looks like he's enjoying the music. And in the darkness, the rhythm lifted CJ out of the bus, out of the busy city. He saw sunset colors swirling over crashing waves. He saw a family of hawks slicing through the sky. He saw the old woman's butterflies dancing free in the light of the moon. CJ's chest grew full, and he was lost in the sound, and the sound gave him the feeling of magic. How was he feeling? Have you ever felt like that? Take a minute and think. When was a time where you felt like you were just lifted away into another world? Let's see what happened next. The song ended and CJ opened his eyes. Everyone on the bus clapped, even the boys in back. Nana glanced at the coin in CJ's palm. CJ dropped it into the man's hat. Yeah, have you ever seen people do that when someone's playing music? Sometimes they have a can or a hat, and you can give them money. Last stop on Market Street, Mr. Dennis called. Are they going to get off the bus now? Here they are, Nana and CJ walking and holding hands. CJ looked around as he stepped off the bus. Crumbling sidewalks and broken down doors, graffiti tagged windows and boarded up stores. He reached for his Nana's hand. How come it's always so dirty over here? She smiled and pointed to the sky. Sometimes when you're surrounded by dirt, CJ, you're a better witness for what's beautiful. So she was looking up at the sky and finding beauty. even in an area that was not beautiful. CJ saw the perfect rainbow arching over their soup kitchen. He wondered how his Nana always found beautiful where he never even thought to look. And here's a rainbow going over. And they were going to the soup kitchen. He looked all around them again, at the bus rounding the corner out of sight, and the broken street lamps still lit up and bright, and the stray cat shadows moving across the wall. When he spotted their familiar faces in the window, he said, "I'm glad we came." Why are those familiar faces in the window? Right, because they came here every Sunday after church. And this is called the soup kitchen. And when they're all done, they're waiting to take the bus to go back home. And what is a soup kitchen? Does anybody know? Whisper to someone next to you. I'll wait. Okay, Sammy, you knew that. Samantha? So a soup kitchen is where you feed people who might not have enough money to buy food for themselves. And the people can come and have their lunch or dinner served to them. And they recognize some of the same people who came every week. That's a great thing to do, to help at a soup kitchen. That's something that we all could do. Maybe you could go with your parents. Last stop on Market Street. Did you like that story? What was that story about? Yeah, the little boy had a nice relationship with his grandmother, with his Nana, and they did something special together every Sunday. So I'm a grandma. I love having relationships with my grandchildren. What do you do with your grandparents? What do you do together? Okay, could you draw me a picture? I'd love it if you could draw me a picture and write some sentences or write a story about it, something that you do together. Think about places that you can go to. It can even be just taking a walk down the street. Can't wait to see what you come up with. Loved reading to you. Love, Mimi. Bye.